All right. Whoops, had the chat up. All right, guys. We're playing Tour 11 tonight. Kind of dropped a lot of trophies. Not been having good luck lately. But I'm trying to put together a guide, so I'm actually gonna use I never use my phone or an app while I'm playing Tour Play here. But tonight I'm gonna try that and jot down some notes because I'm trying to make a guide on the shootouts at least. So I'm just gonna fire it up. Okay. So I'm on my main. I'm going to be using Apocalypse 6. And the Wood Club, I'm going to be using Apocalypse 6. I'm going to play with mostly Titan balls, so power 3 balls. So we're going to see if we can create a guide for shootouts. And that's the goal. Okay, on this Maple Bay hole, this hole is... Let me look this up. Okay, Maple Bay. We got Maple Bay hole 2, par 5, 5B. Okay, we got tailwind here. I'm not going to be using a Kingmaker, so my one's going to be 9.8 maybe. Somewhere around 10. Thanks, Dylan. Appreciate it. What's up, Katie? Katie, I saw one of your streams the other night. You started off by playing Joe for my clan. At 10.2. Okay. So I've never ever played left on this hole. I've only ever played this right side. My opponent has a perfect shot. It's exactly where I'm trying to aim. You can see the fairway wants to kick you right, so I always use 3 or 4 left side spin. And with this much tailwind, I'm only going to use 4 top spin because I don't really have to go that far. I don't want to roll into the rough. So I'm going to make an adjustment here. I always just wing these. I always think that's like 7 mile per hour right there. I think that's going to be enough. I put a little bit of curl to the left. And, you know, this should get me on the fairway in a perfect world. Did you really? Oh, he's your good bud. I wonder how is he a tournament champ? Let's see. Rough Bump is really good at tournaments. Nice, top 10. Yeah, did you play a lot of people in a lot of my clan plays Tour 10, which is where you're at, so that makes sense that you're matching up with them. I only saw you lose to Joe, but he had like a 1.02 on his shootout, and you were like 1.7, so it was a good shootout. Hey, I lost to Dylan 2 out of 3 the other night, and the only time I can beat him was when he pulled out a white ball and then gave me the win. So I got slaughtered by your clan, Dylan in particular. So I didn't even watch my result. I was reading chat, but I'm pretty sure I'm in the middle of the fairway. Yep, looks like that was a good result. Okay, so we have a ton of crosswind. And I'm at max distance here. If you look here, it's pretty much flat. I don't think it's uphill. I never really play it uphill. But I usually give it like 2 topspin. Get you to the hole. I'm going to counter the crosswind with like 2.5 right side spin. And I'm actually going to end up with 2.5 top spin as well. I'm going to go, that's like 8.2. I'm going to go like that. I'm going to scoot up a little bit. I'm going to add some curl. It's just so much side spin. I'm not holding this here. I actually went over, which is fine because you just land in the fairway behind the green, and it's the easiest chip ever. So I don't really care. I pushed my target up there, so it's okay if I went over the green. It's better than being short and stuck in the rough. Oh. Okay. All right. Oh, I'm up. So, anyway, yeah, Katie, no problem. I also subscribed. So, how many streams have you done now? Okay, this shot's max topspin. That's why I like using this wedge over I only have a level 6 inbringer. So this wind here, I'm only going to be in the air for marginal, hardly anything. Basically, it's maybe 2 rings. So if I just kind of go just barely outside the cup here, I'm probably going to come right back into the middle of the cup. And this should drop right in here. Yep. So anytime the chip is that short with this club, the rapier, it's like 2.5 rings I usually go with around there, and I always kind of just do it to feel. Obviously, I'm not that good at it because I completely missed a chip on hole 8 in my tournament from about that same distance as I think at least Dylan watched, and that hurt. So the 13 game win streak, that's awesome. Hopefully I can put one of those together tonight. My clanmates have requested me to do some more detail on this on Tour 11 to help them out. So that's why I'm doing this tonight. I'm going to do, I don't know, we'll see, hour and a half, and see how it goes. Okay, so this shootout hole, I'm going to use a driver. I'm going to land where Big Arn is landing. At this point, it's 40% downhill. As you move your target down to the green, it approaches 50% downhill. I'm going to plug this into my phone and check it out. So I'm actually going to put in 40% and test it out. Okay. Hopefully he lets me hit the shot. He doesn't forfeit. Okay. 40%. It's going to be like mid-distance, I think, on my app. So I'm actually basically 45-degree crosswind, headwind, right to left. 14.8 in the app, 40% downhill, mid-distance, 12.9 rings. Let me see. I'm going to use like max backspin and 2 or 3 to the right, or a little more than that. I'm going to do like 3 to the right. Okay, I'm going to try to land like right here. And check out basically 13 rings. That's a lot of rings. I don't think I need that many. I'm going to push up because I'm dropping down. I think that was a lot. I really don't know. It could be right, though. Ooh, yeah, it was right. It was right. I think I'm almost approaching max distance. So 13 rings, 40%, but I pushed down the hill. I almost probably needed 50%, which would say 13.9, so like 14 rings. So I'm definitely going to write down like 40 to 50% there. I'm going to dial that one in. So that was with wind, right to left, crosswind with some headwind. And that hole is Maple Bay. No. That's the Koh Hong something here. Let me look that up. I'll make a quick note here. Let me see. That is the Koh Hong Resort Hole 2 Par 3 3. And actually, let me see if I can show you guys this. Kind of working on this guide here, where it's in like Word. I'm kind of making this guide basically with all these holes. Oh, I have one too many of these. There we go. So I've got I really have no idea how that looks for you guys, but I'm kind of making this, you know, for me, for my clan mates, for anybody who really wants to use it. But I'm really going to try to link this, put like literally YouTube links on this Word document. And let's see if I can like link to some of my YouTube streams here where I'm actually playing those holes with that wind. So that's what I'm working on right now. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so we found something out there. Let me know what you think of it down there. I have like a seat for you and a TV turned towards you.
Oh, you didn't put everything down?
No, it's like flattening the carpet out. Check it out. Just
Why
comes
do you have to flatten what's on
because
the couch?
it's gonna, I don't know. It just needs to be done. I think we'll see. We'll take a look.
Alright.
Let me know if you don't like it. What? All right. So, what hole is this? I'm looking it up on looking it up on Golf Clash Notebook to give you guys a reference. This is the Kohong Resort, hole 5, par 4, 4. This first shot's massively downhill. No idea how much. Probably like 30%, honestly. But I'm really only going to dial in my shootout shots. So what I do here, I never go right here. There's a lot of people that do. I don't really care for it. I don't think there's any advantage to the approach shot unless you really don't like the massive downhill long iron. So, I don't know. We're going to do 5 top spin. I'm not going to do any side spin. The wind's going to push me in. The fairway slopes that way. Like you can kind of just see. I'm going to maybe put it right here, max distance. Drop this back. That's 5. Probably, I'm going to do quite a bit. That's like, what, maybe 8.5 rings. Not going to do any curl. Not going to do any overpower. This should bring me right to the edge of the fairway. That's fine. It's under the tree, so the tree's out of play. If I was too far back, it would have been bad. And now this shot is like 30% downhill again, 30 or 40, actually. Might be 40. I'm gonna test it out on my app. I always wing it because I don't know. I don't really like plugging the numbers in on Tour Play. I just use quick math or something. Or my experience. That was close. Without max, yeah, it was close. Okay, I'm actually going to plug this in. I'm going to try 40% downhill. And just take a look. I always just look at the shot. I mean, I can't even see half the pin. I'm not even on the edge, so I mean, like, this is massively downhill. Plug in 40%. Oh my gosh, I have so much headwind. 13.1. This is like mid-distance, mid to min. I'm actually going to put some top spin on this, just a little bit, like 1, because this wind is just going to compress my ball guide. I don't know. 8.3 rings. And even that, even that doesn't feel like enough from what I usually do. Oh, hit a great ball. I'm going to lose some distance with the great ball. Roll out. Yeah, I needed even more top spin, and I might have even needed more rings. Could have done 2 top spin, maybe an additional ring of adjustment. But that hole, it's so hard to hole that shot out. I mean, it's basically pure luck. So I just like to go to shootout on this hole. So, I mean, these winds have been crazy high on my chips and approach shots. Drives, not so much. I'm not even going to take this one outside of the pin. It's so short. Or outside the cup, I should say. Oh, thanks, Big Arn. Good game, too. Big Arm, you typed. Stupid autocorrect. Big Arn, good game, man. Yeah, that's a tough break. You clipped the rough on the shootout. Okay. Okay, stands up first. This is Kohong, hole 4, par 3, 3C. This one, it feels like 20% downhill. I'm gonna write in here 20% downhill. This is KH hole 4. That first one was Maple Bay. And no, that was Kohong as well. Hole 2. KH hole 2. Okay, hold up. Man, he shot fast. Okay, I'm going to use 20% on the app. 20%. Let's take a look. You can just kind of see how when you zoom down, how much it slopes off. So, wow, holy cow, 14.6. That's going to be way up here in like max distance. Okay, so what we need to do is line the ball towards the cup. All right, somewhere like right there. We need to do like 2 topspin or 2.5 and then like 1.5 left. And then I'm going to use like almost like 10 rings. And since I'm dropping down, I'm going to move forward a little bit. Okay, that's actually pretty good. So that was a lot of wind. So I used just between mid and max, mostly to max. My max numbers were 10.4. My mid was 9.1. I said I'm going to use 10. My ball, my aim, I call it my bullseye, my landing spot after my adjustment dropped me down, so I pushed forward. Now, how much do you push forward? I don't have a great feel. I probably moved it forward half a ring to a ring. So that was headwind and crosswind left to right, 14-something miles per hour. We had a good result. Thanks, Max. Okay. So 20% seemed to be a decent adjustment there. 20%. 20% extra. And you could see when I zoomed in how elevated that tee box is from T3. I couldn't even see the pad for the front tee. I was up so high. And it seems to be that it drops off pretty quickly after, and levels out. But back in the back tee, it's up there pretty high. So I believe it. You do mid plus 30 and usually works. Yeah, I mean, 20 might not even been enough. Okay. Winds off the tee box, not so bad. I don't really know. I'm going to use max topspin, max right side spin on this. I always do have good results. I don't really know what the elevation is on this. I mean, it seems to be quite a bit downhill. So I think with how much this is going to push me back, I'm probably going to land like right here. So I'm just kind of going to go like this. And then see where that puts me. I don't know. That's not a very good description of what I'm doing. I'm also going to put a little side spin, not much, 1/8 of a ball, or curl, I should say. And that looks sketchy. Nah, it's right in there. Okay, that's pretty good. the sheer fact that it's going downhill with the headwind, it's going to compress me a lot. So to me, it's hard for me to explain what I just did there. A lot of it is feel since I played this so much. I think this fairway and drive has a lot of forgiveness. And even if you come close to the rough on the right side of this fairway, it doesn't like push you off the fairway. You stay on the fairway. So you can hit great left, great right. Even in headwind, there's a lot of ability to kind of still hit the fairway on this shot. It's not the hardest tee shot out there. It's definitely doable. Okay, so I'm max distance here. I mean, I'm absolute max distance. And that's because I had headwind on my tee shot. I didn't get much distance, especially with a Titan ball. So really, I'm going to be back like here, landing at about, I'm actually not going to put, yeah, I am. I'm going to put like one backspin on this thing, maybe like a right side spin I'm not going to hit the cup here, but this is uphill slightly. So I think that's 5, 6, 7, maybe right there. I'm going to do a little bit of overpower just to make sure I get it there. Okay, it looks nice. Yeah, the one backspin's going to kill you, but I don't want to clip the rough, or I don't want to hit the bunker. So I hit there's like a slope in the back of the green. It just kind of pushed me back towards the cup. Easy putt. I mean, the albatross is very hard on this hole. And I don't like that when you shoot the approach shot, a lot of times they'll give you the camera that puts you right behind those bank of trees on the left. You can't even see how you're coming in. But, it is what it is. And, maybe I should get better at sniper as well. Like, my opponents use a lot of sniper. So you can kind of see what they're doing. Honestly, I just think that the Cataclysm is so versatile, especially at level 5 and 6 with the extra distance. The thing that the sniper is going to allow you to do is hit a great ball and still be pretty accurate, which is great. I don't necessarily like that you have to adjust so many rings. It introduces error. If you're not using overlays and you got that line perfectly lined up, you're gonna introduce error for when you move however you're lining your shots up. If you're using like the take shot ball or the take shot edge, the orange edge of the take shot, every time you shift that, you're potentially, your fingers may be moving a little left, maybe moving a little right. If you have to do in these tours when you're using the balls I'm using, like the Titans, and you have a 15-mile-per-hour wind, you may have to adjust like 17, 18 rings. You have to move that thing like 3 times to get to your adjustment. The Cataclysm, you probably only have to move it twice or 1 time to make that adjustment. And then hopefully you're hitting a lot of perfects and not having to use a lot of overpower because your extra distance helps. So that's my take. Okay, we've got absolute straight headwind. I actually love this wind on this hole. I love it. I hate crosswind on this hole. Okay, this guy clips the rough. So I just really need to get it over the I need to just make it over. So I'm landing like right here. On this hole, you can actually put your cursor right here before it gets into the Cataclysm. So you can kind of see the bounce. Max right side spin is a no-brainer. 3 backspin is all you need with 13 headwind. This is probably 20 to 30% downhill. I'm going to put 20 in here. And I'm going to say this is like 10.9 rings. Or wait, hold up. 10 rings. I'm doing 10 rings, guys. Which I don't even know if that's right. Great ball. Uh-oh. 10 rings. Not bad. Mid distance, 20% downhill was 9.7. I did 10. I don't know if that's 30% because my cursor is all the way down in the water, but I think I moved so far back it actually went back up on the green. That could be 30% downhill. I don't necessarily know. I like to play with 20. It looked like I landed exactly where I wanted to land. And of course, my cursor, I guess I did start right at the tip, so of the end of the fairway, and I really wanted to land a ring back. So maybe that is like 30% downhill. Yeah, it could be. What does everybody else use on that? I'm going to write that down that was like 13 mile per hour headwind, 20 to 30% extra. That hole was, that's Maple Bay. Maple Bay. Oh, no. Maple Bay, Maple Bay. Maple Bay, hole 6. MBH6. I'm using that so I can remember what I did, what holes I've been playing. Max 30%. Okay, I'm going to underline this and say 30%. Is it 30% for driver clubs or 30% for also when you're using wood clubs with like tailwind? 30% every time? Let me know. Trying to make this guide. I think 30% sounds like the consensus. I could have used like 3.5 backspin there. Yeah, JD, thanks for coming in, man. I hope you're doing good after surgery, bud. Okay. What we got here? A Parc de Paris. Parc de Paris. Hole 3, par 5, 5C. Both. All right, Max. I'm going to square 30% on that, and pretty sure that's right. So, because I made my adjustment from a wrong landing spot, landed where I truly wanted to, so I know I needed more. So I did 20%. 30% makes sense. This drive, it's one of the trickiest ones. I never do what this guy did. I'm kind of out of luck if I try to use a Titan ball here. I'm actually going to switch to a Kingmaker and check it out. I'm going to use a regular Kingmaker. I don't like the right side. I don't care if I'm in the rough, guys. I'm doing max topspin. I'm just going to smack this thing down the fairway. My goal is to clip rough and roll out to the fairway. Clip the rough. Okay, looks like it's clipping rough. No, it didn't. Yeah. I needed to be a little bit further left with my aim. Good to hear that, John. Speedy recovery, man. Okay, I would have been out of luck if this guy had tailwind. He might have had a chance to just burn me, but nice thing about this hole is even if I'm in the rough, my opponent needs pretty good wind and a good shot to get to the green from where he was landing. So, landing on the rough, whatever, I lay up. It's a 4-shot hole, most likely, unless he makes a nice chip. Or Stacy, guy or gal. Unless Stacy makes a nice chip. We'll see where this one goes. Nobody knows. Yeah, good play. I have a nice short iron in. So this shot typically is uphill if you're going for green, but I think where I'm laying up, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this. It's basically flat. I'm actually just going to lay up over here. So I'm probably going to land somewhere like down here. I'm actually going to put a little top spin on this thing. Shouldn't hurt me. Probably a little more, honestly. And I'm not even going to overpower it. I just want to land in there. Maybe a little curl. Help me out. So, nice easy layup shot. I don't need to get super close to the rough. It doesn't benefit me at all. I'm going to have a long iron in whether I'm 20 yards up or where I'm at right now. Stacy has a good chance of holding this shot. There's a spot on the fairway just in front of the fringe that kind of is a sort of a funnel, but you got to use left side spin. Now Stacy's using right side spin, which with wind that pushes you from left to right, you have to be insanely accurate. You actually introduce extreme. You have no margin for error with this shot because you're going to be like slicing across the hole from left to right. Incredible. I don't really know if that was the plan, but nice, well played, nice shot. So this is what we're going to do. We basically are at maximum distance, and it looks like this is probably 10% uphill. I'm actually going to plug this in. 10% uphill, 10.1. Okay, max distance is like 5 rings here. So what we're going to do is, like I said, introduce a little bit of right side spin here. Something like that. And then we're going to go 5 rings. We'll see how this goes. Oh, way too much backspin. That's the problem with Goliath in the ball guide. I should have known I was going to get a little bit of a compressed ball guide from the slight headwind there. Headwind, crosswind, but I didn't even really give myself a chance. I needed to get that to the hole, obviously. But, hey, I said we were most likely going to a shootout unless they had a really good chip, and, well, I don't know about really good, but it went in. Okay. So we didn't get to a shootout there, unfortunately. So that stinks. So we won all 3 shootouts. We lost in regulation on game 4. Okay. Another headwind. Well, switching off the Kingmaker. Back to the Titan. So this one, I don't know, 20% downhill, I think. Might be less. But with this wind, bombs away, baby. Because we're going to land back here. There's no way we're going to run out of fairway. No way. So if I land somewhere back in here and go push myself into max distance, I might be like right there. Probably do a little bit of curl just in case. That should be fine. Hitting the great ball, I mean, that's not going to do anything for me. Oh, never mind. Well, I did not think that it would go through the rough or go through the fairway. So I didn't need any overpower. The nice thing about this is you can still make green from here. That's the thing. There's not a whole, you're not in bad shape. You got a 135-yard club with a Nirvana. Unless you have a lot of headwind, you're probably still going to be able to make this green. So obviously that was a terrible adjustment. Don't listen to me on this one. I should have played that one with no overpower. It was not necessary at all. So this guy got scared and and used a lot less. So he'll have a sniper or cat or whatever his wood club is. So if you look at this, okay, lucky for me, I've got a little bit of headwind or tailwind. So, I can land over here safely. I can right side spin and even do some top spin here. You can see I can just roll right onto the green. I'm gonna slightly make my ball guide not to the pin so that, because I know my wind is kind of push me up there. So I don't know my adjustments with Nirvana very well, honestly, but I think that might be good. I'm actually gonna push up. I'm going to go past the hole. That's fine. I mean, you're not going to hold that shot, but like I said, you make an error on the drive, and you can make a pretty easy recovery. Even with headwind, I could max overpower that, max topspin, and get it pretty close to the fringe, and I could still chip in. So let's get to a shootout here. It's kind of what I'm trying to go for anyway on these, so we can work on the guide. And hopefully get some W's. Okay, shootout it is. Need to go downstairs tonight and start setting up my desk I keep talking about. I've got it all unboxed sitting on the ground with like a 34-page, 34-step booklet. I opened it up the other night on Sunday and I was like, nah, not tonight. Okay. This one I've heard is 20%. Use our app here. 20%. 9-3. This is mid distance. Okay. I'm going to try to be right here. I'm going to right curl or right side spin like 4. Back spin 5.5. Try to be like right here. Okay, 5.8. Almost lost my finger there. Couldn't figure it out. Yeah, a little too much backspin. Also hit a great ball. So I should have had my app ready on that. Pretty poor effort. Kind of towards the pin. You're playing Big Rich. Okay, watch out. Big Rich is incredible at the game. He is a grinding machine. I think he's number 2 on our team right now, behind one other guy. He's got like 8,000 points. Nope, he's in first place by 30 points now. He's got 8.63. Woo! Hey, I crossed 6,000. Let's go. Good shot from our opponent. I think that's a winner from our opponent. I think I was 2.6 maybe. 3.5. Ugh. Okay. Well, we ran out of time on that one. That's okay. I feel like 20% downhill is correct on that hole. I'm going to look at what I have in my notes. Page down. Okay. Wow, the winds are insane. Look at this. 20-mile-per-hour wind. This is crazy. That's like the max you can get. All right, well, we're just going to crush this. Two. That's in the trap. Ugh. That was quite a bit of wind. So this is not the sand trap you want to be in. This is actually a pretty tough shot to the green. You have to bounce in front and topspin over that little bump out of rough. So what I should have done is just like laid up, but you know, yeah. Where's the fun in that? We're trying to get to a shootout. I'm showing you guys how to recover. So this should be fun. Let's take a look here. Oh, easy win. So no elevation here. 8.9 rings at max. That's 8.3 rings with a Spitfire. So honestly, if I just did like crazy amount of backspin and I land up by the green and assume that I'm going to be like 8.3 rings, you know, there's 5 to that landing spot plus another, you know, I'm really just going to hit this normally. So just, you know. Just get me to the green. Let's get to a shootout. This is going to have to be a crazy good shot from Shirley. Is Kofifi Cove? I don't even know. I'm stupid. Kofifi, is that, are they in first still? 8K plus 20. Katie, no. He was ruthless. That's not fair. I'll tell him in chat after this that next time he plays Katie Lola to cool it and give you the win. Oh, I subscribed to you, by the way, as well, Katie. Which I thought I had already done that, but I didn't realize that I was not, so. You got way more subscribers than I do. That's for sure. Okay. All right, so we're learning Tour 11 tonight. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't usually try to type on chat when I'm playing here, but I'll say after I'm done streaming, I'm gonna give him a shout out, tell him to take it easy on you. I tell, hey, that's my friend. Share the wealth. Not everyone has 8,000 points already. Okay, that's an incredible shot by our opponent with a navigator. So, okay, 30% downhill here, guys. Okay, 8.6. And this is almost max distance, so, you know, here's what I like to do. Yeah, should we try this? I mean, why not, right? Let's just kind of run it right up to the pin here. .6 is 6.6 rings. And too far left. 2.14 is not bad, but we're going to lose that. Good game. I haven't played Shirley in forever. I feel like she quit for a while. Okay. That wasn't terrible. So that was 30% downhill. And my landing spot was in front of the bunker at about the plus 10 yard mark. And what that does is, even if you scooch a little further, you land too far up, the fairway kind of slopes. And if you looked, I moved my cursor kind of back and forth. And the ball guideline, I don't know, it's kind of a tricky thing, but it's kind of forgiving. So I did like 6.5 bars backspin. I put like 2.5 bars left side spin, which I apparently only need like 2-ish. I don't play that shot a lot. I like that shot. My opponents play that shot. I usually land to the right of the bunker and try to curl it. I found myself, if you miss great left or right with that shot, though, it's like it shoots you off to the right, to the moon, or, it doesn't do what you want it to do, and it's frustrating. That spot that I just landed in is way more consistent, I've found. So I'm going to start looking to land there more often. And you can't hit that landing spot with a sniper, because I'm at plus 10 with a power 3 ball with a cat, as you saw. So you can hit that with a cataclysm, which I think is super cool. The problem is if you have a cat 5, you don't have enough backspin really to stop the ball. Okay, this hole's bombs away, so you just want to kind of line it up to get it up into the fairway up there, just right down central. So this one's downhill a little bit. Not sure how much, 10, 15, 20, probably 20. So I'm not even going to push my marker up. The tailwind's going to take me way up there. Did I miss right? No. Yeah, I really don't have to push my ball guide up. I could have really killed that. What that does is it has a chance to roll so far down the middle that the fairway starts going left and you roll into the rough. So there's really no benefit to push my cursor up and land way up next to the sand trap, because then you get sketchy rollouts in the next fairway. I mean, the winds are crazy high tonight. The shootout wasn't that bad, 8.6 right there, but man, these tee shots are 14 mile per hour winds. That's right, though. If you learn how to, handle that, you don't always need wind resistance 3 balls. You don't have to use all your kingmakers in Tour 11. Now, Tour 12's a different story. Tour 11, you can succeed with just a Titan. I don't really know here. This looks like a flat shot to me. I'm going to try to test this out and see if I land where I think I'm going to land. 13.7. Okay. I'm just going to get this on the green. I'm going to land right there. Okay. Which is already about 5 rings. So this says 8.1 rings. I'm going to put a little curl. See how this does. It went further than I thought it would. Dylan, you had 20 mile per hour headwind just now, but it was a basic ball. So when I had that one, it was 15 miles per hour. I think 20 is the max you can have on this tour. it's like 12 to 20 mile per hour winds, or no, it's like 8 to 20, or I don't know what it is. 12 to 20 on this tour. I can go back and check that before my next game. Don't quote me. No idea. But yeah, I think, if you turn it on the basic ball, 20 is like the worst you can get. So 15 miles per hour, the Titan is basically max wind. Oh, thanks, JD. Yeah, I've been tweaking my audio a little bit. I didn't realize my mic could go up this high without going like distorted, but I worked with my OBS and kind of like tweaked some settings, and actually it's also like right in front of my face. So like if I kind of turn it that way, it sounds good, but right just like this, it's way better. So I kind of just put my mic right in front of me and kind of like reach my arms around my mic and play that way, or I play off to the side during my tournaments or whatever's comfortable at the time. It's just to get the audio a little bit better, because when I rewatch the videos on YouTube, the audio is so quiet. It's still not that loud, but I'm still working on how to make that better. When I'm downstairs, when I got my room, I've literally got a room where I can close my door with a desk. I'm gonna hopefully I'll sound a lot better when I get in that room. Ooh, 20% downhill. 7.9 max distance. I literally land like right here. Right here. This is my landing spot on this hole. I don't need a whole lot of side spin because my wind's going to push me. So like 3, maybe 3.5. Okay. And 3 backspin, maybe a little less. Okay. Max distance, 5.6 rings. I'm not even going to curl. Wind pushed me to the cup. Ooh, I'm way short. I needed less backspin, guys. I needed like 2.5. I know, Katie. I'm just gonna give him trouble. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna give him a little bit of trouble when I get in the chat, and say, hey, don't beat up on my viewers, man. What the heck? Then he's gonna be like, I don't take any prisoners, so he's ruthless. So love that landing spot. This guy's landing spot is further back because he's using a sniper, and I don't know the bounces and spins very well with this club and this landing spot. So my guide probably won't have a whole lot on this landing spot, but I've seen people have really good success. I hope he rolls past, but he didn't. That's a perfect shot. So I don't know. Maybe I'll use this guy's shot for my guide. Good game. Okay, well now we're getting pulverized here. Okay, we're losing now. You got 160 subs in a week from everybody in 19th. That's sick. Yeah, I wish my clan would follow me. Come on, guys. I got 50 members in my clan. I got 30 subscribers. Weak sauce. I'm just kidding, guys. You know I love you. Okay, we got Dusty. This is an interesting drive. I think most people that play this hole have it figured out. The landing spot kind of stinks because you either landed on that down slope, you're landing on a flat ground, or you're landing on an up slope, depending on how you play it or how the wind pushes you. So he lands on the nice flat spot, which means he's going to get good, consistent rollout and bounce. Just enough curl to avoid the bunker. So 7.6 wins, not a whole lot. So really, I'm going to max left side spin this. I'm going to top spin 3. Okay. I want to land like right here, but I want to curl it, so it's going to end up over there. And the wind's going to push me there as well. So this is going to be, I don't know, somewhere like here. So I'm going to have to do a decent amount of overpower here. We'll see how this goes. I think that might have been too much curl for my landing spot. Might clip rough. Nope, fair. So that's pretty good. I'll take that. I only use 3 topspin because I don't want to roll into the rough. If I roll in the rough, I'm in deep trouble. So I'd rather just be on the fairway, right in the heart of the fairway, than try to get it right up to the edge of the rough to get more distance. And turns out we get tailwind. Oh, did you? Thanks. Thanks, Katie. I appreciate that. That's awesome. I'm going to start checking to see if you're on. Do you know if you're going to stream consistently or just whenever you feel like it? I guess I'll be checking. Now that I subscribed, I think I might get notifications, so I'll come in, check it out. From what I could tell, you had a really nice microphone because I could hear you super clear. This guy just played a great shot. So this is a fun shot. You basically shooting through this tree gap. You're clipping all the tree limbs. Super fun. You can kind of go over here if you want. I mean, and then do a ton of backspin with Cat 6, but I have had really bad consistency with that. So honestly, this is going to put me right here with no overpower, no anything. So I don't want to do max topspin. I'll roll through. I'm actually going to do right about there. 6 topspin, max right side spin. I'm going to bring this back just a smidge. Okay. Right about there. I'm actually going to add some curl. No overpower. Okay. And, you really can't do a whole lot. You can't hit, you're not going to make this shot. So your goal is to get a wedge. I've never seen a whole lot of people make that onto the green for a putt. But you just want a wedge. You want an easy wedge. Thanks, Dylan. I appreciate it, man. You guys are great. Oh, sweet. Well, heck yeah. Well, thanks for the tip. I'll try that. All right, so this is just your standard wedge. Oh, ugly. Yeah. Still in there. 7 to 9 p.m. Okay. Well, I'm home by then, so most of the time. That's 6 o'clock my time, right? No, that's later. I'm crazy. That's 8 to 10 my time frame. I'm in Central. Ooh. 20% on this one, right? That's what somebody told me. I don't buy it, but we're going to try it. 8.5. This is max distance, basically. Mid to max, mostly max. So what we're going to do is make our ball guide off to the right side of the cup. Backspin quite a bit here. And what we're going to do, try to land here. This says 6.1 rings. Which I don't necessarily believe that, but we're going to do it. I lost my timer. I did not pay attention to my timer. 20% felt right. Hmm. Mm. Yeah. Okay. I am in Missouri, Dylan. No, I hear you. Are you did you get the job, by the way? I know you were applying for that job. I think this person just beat me because I ran out of time. Did some overpower. Yeah. Well, I'm not playing so well here. Okay. Are you guys down in Arizona? I can't remember. But playing Great Ball James. All right, let's quit the losing streak. Ah, right. Love this win. It's the easiest win. Lives in KC. Yeah, I had a lot of friends that live in KC for a long time. I don't have any friends. One friend that lives in Kansas City right now. I love KC. I love going out down in Westport. Okay, 11.1. That's where we want to land, basically, like right here. 4 top spin. 4 left side spin. Yeah. I pushed up a little bit. Didn't need it. Might actually push me through the fairway. No, the 4 top spin will keep me from rolling through the fairway. Well, I hope you're still getting paid for your work from your old job. But yeah, well, I hope you hear good news from them. Otherwise, there's always full-time streaming. Yeah, no problem. Well, I hope you have good news on it soon. I hope I don't take another 2 months to get back to you. That's not fair. Oh, New Mexico. New Mexico. Sorry, I knew it was. I thought it was one of those two. Bad baseball team. Hey, yeah, better than the Royals, right? The Royals had like 2 good seasons, 1 World Series, and other than that, man, tough times up there. Great ball. Now, KC, I always had so much fun when I went to Kansas City. I haven't been there in years. I just remember it was funny. I was just out of college, I think. I can't remember what year that the Royals won the World Series, but all throughout college, I went to college at University of Missouri, so it's right in the middle of Missouri. Okay, so I'm from St. Louis, and there's a lot of people that come from Kansas City. So they just drive opposite ends down Highway 70, and they collide in Columbia, Missouri, and then they literally, the Cardinals. There's a lot of Cardinals fans that are in Columbia during college, and everyone's like, oh yeah, Cardinals are the best. Cardinals are the best. The KC fans are like, yeah, we suck. And then one year they decide to get good and win the World Series, and they all talk trash like, oh my gosh, we're so good. We're the best team. It was just such a funny dynamic. We're like, what? This don't make any sense. And then they went right back to sucking, and it's like, yeah, all right, right back to where you should be. Okay. All right, let's focus on this shootout. This is what the point of the stream is, to do good on shootouts. So here we go. And try to use my phone app to try to dial in on what the actual elevations are. So we decided this was 20%. Okay, 20%. I'm first. Okay, 13.5. Ooh, hate this wind angle. Going to push me all the way up here. But we can do it. We can still land where we want to land. We want to land like right here. Okay. I'm going to use 4. Probably too much. Okay. So 13.5 is 9.6. Let's see if we can get 9.6 rings here. I don't think so. We can. Okay. I tried to put a little counter curl on that. If you notice, I didn't use a single bit of side spin. Common mistake here is to put right side spin. I left my ball guide like 5 squares out to the left. I don't care. 4 squares out to the left. I knew the wind, with that much wind, it was going to push me. It was going to push me towards the cup. So I actually tried to put a little bit of counter curl on it, from right to left. And it still wasn't even enough, but 4 backspin was perfect. Absolutely perfect. And I just read Dylan's comment a second ago, and I had to stop in my tracks. And I was like, uh-oh. How can we be best friends? Our opponent messed up. Yeah, man, I remember when I went to Mizzou. I was still, half of the time I was there, or basically the whole time I was there, we were in the Big 12. So obviously the rivalry huge. And then when I went to the SEC, it was like, well, come on, man. And then Bill Self was like, nah, we're not playing Mizzou anymore. They betrayed the Big 12. And all that rivalry, man, all that rivalry is just fading away year by year by year. That makes me sad. But you know what? I don't mind KU anymore. I respect them. When you're in college and you're 18 to 22, you're like, oh, I hate KU, talk trash. But now that I'm an adult, I look back and I'm like, wow, that was a really fun rivalry. It was great. I had an amazing time. But, man, KU stomps us in basketball all the time. They're so good. But, Dylan, I gotta tell you, I went to 2 of the games at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City where Mizzou played KU, in the 2-4 game. I watched that and was there. It was incredible. Good game. And I literally just rewatched that on ESPN. It had a rerun like last weekend while I was streaming. I was looking up and rewatching the game. Chase Daniel versus Todd Reesing. It was crazy. I haven't watched any of that game or highlights in so many years, and it was just incredible. Yeah, the border war. It was unbelievable. What a game. I mean, Mizzou was in the lead like the whole time, and KU came storming back in the fourth quarter. We were all puckering up. But it's crazy. Good times. All right, so we all know this hole. This is my signature hole, apparently. We are going to try to just hit a landing spot here, right about where I started my adjustment. Somewhere around there. And then we're just going to like max curl this thing. Get this guy to the fairway. And we're looking pretty. Left side of the fairway, no big deal, because that gives us a better angle at the green without hitting the sand trap. No need for overpower here. You're going to introduce more room for error. You know, if this guy's actually trying to go for that pad, he's not. Okay, all right. So that shot was max top spin, max left side spin, max curl. Pretty simple adjustment. Just got to hit that landing spot. If you have right to left wind, you don't want to do full curl because you will get pushed into the left rough. All right, so take your pick here. What do you guys like to do? I mean, I like to hit this back hill and see how, and see if we can funnel her in to the hole. So really, I'm just gonna kind of let this thing drift up the hill and see what we can do. And I think I'm right at max here. So what does that say? I think 8-2 is basically, this is possibly an uphill adjustment too. I'm not even going to add any curl. I probably should have. Wow, that didn't even get up the hill very much. Still might have had enough to get back down into the cup, but I did need a little curl. Or I said, hey, 5 rings is 8.2 wind. I have 8.3, and I went more than 5 rings, and I thought it was uphill, so that reduces the rings. So, I'm crazy. I don't know. Poor adjustment. For some reason, I don't remember that game, but did that go into overtime? I can't remember. And who was on the team? Who were the superstars on the team in 08? So 08, I was not in college yet. No, I was. What am I, crazy? Yeah, I was a junior in college, I think. I remember a lot of the Illinois Mizzou games at the Edward Jones Dome. I think that's what Edward Jones Dome down in downtown St. Louis. Those were always crazy basketball games. It was right at the beginning of the season. No matter who was supposed to be better than the other, the games were always like down to the last second. It was crazy. Okay. Well, I think we've about narrowed this one down knowing that it's 20%. I feel really good about that adjustment. Uh-huh. Yeah, so that was that same year that I went to the football game. Yeah, that was when they went to the Orange Bowl because Mizzou beat them. They became number 1. They were 4th. The 3 teams ahead of them lost because we beat KU at 2. I can't even remember the other 2 teams. West Virginia lost and somebody else lost. Mizzou went to number 1, played number 7 or 8, Oklahoma, lost in the Big 12 championship, and then didn't get a BCS bowl, and KU did. That was crazy. That was crazy. I can tell you there was a lot of upset Mizzou fans. A lot. We're going to need to halt this ball really super quickly. We're also going to need more right side spin than that. Yeah, that looks fantastic. This looks like a fantastic shot here. Okay. 13-8. Wow, it's a lot of rings. I'm going to do like 9 rings, I think. I still don't think that's good. Ugh. Ugh. Stop. Okay. I should have done a little more. There's a mic on the iPad? Well, it sounded really good, Katie. It was like really clear. I was like, okay, how do I make mine sound that good? I guess it's like talking into a phone, right? Maybe I should try mine. Okay, my max distance number said 9.8. I wasn't max, so I did 9. And I landed a little too far forward, so I probably needed to try 9.8 there. Max. With 20, that was 20% downhill. Brought out the trophy. Yeah. Yeah. Who did you guys play in the Orange Bowl? Did you guys play Notre Dame? Or I remember. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, man. It's all coming back to me, Dylan. It's all coming back to me. I'll tell you here in a second after I hit the shot. I've talked about this shot before. I love this shot. You just hit off the top of this hill here. So we need a little bit of overpower. Not much curl at all. Uh-oh. Virginia Tech. Okay, decent result. Not great. Hit a great right there. Okay, Dylan, it's all coming back to me, man. Just a great year for the Border War, yeah. Reesing Chase Daniels, that was the year. It's an unbelievable year. That football season, Mizzou beat the Fighting Illini, University of Illinois, at the beginning of the season. They beat KU like the second to last game, the last game of the season, and then we lost to Oklahoma in the final game. So Oklahoma gets an automatic bid, right? Because they win the Big 12. KU gets the bid, the BCS bid, the week after Mizzou lost. And so Mizzou basically gets punished for going to the championship game and losing. And then Mizzou beat Illinois, and Illinois made a BCS game. They played USC, or I think it was USC. USC obliterated them. It was like 28-0 after 4 possessions for USC. Absolutely demolished. Like, they shouldn't have even been there. And like Mizzou just sitting there playing like in the Independence Bowl or something. I really don't remember who we played. So this shot, I had total headwind. I'm lucky to just make it up here. Oh. Well, we landed behind a tree, guys. We landed behind a tree. Too focused on this Mizzou and KU talk. I must have gotten worked up. I did not line that one up. I just wanted to hit it up there. I did not think I was going to land behind a tree. Oh. See if we can pull off a trick shot here. Let's do some fun curl. Ooh, okay. Not the end of the world. Whoa. Not even close. That's all right. You're going to leave me alone. No, dude, that was some great years with the rivalry. Unbelievable that KU's football got that good with Mangino. Because, I mean, they were terrible. No offense. Before. And then he came in and turned them into, like, literally a top 5 team in the nation. And then when he left, they turned right back into nobody. Isn't that crazy? I mean, Mizzou is still, I've been lucky enough to be a Mizzou fan. Mizzou has still been consistently pretty good at football. I mean, still getting like at least 6 wins a season. And, you know, sometimes, I mean, the first year or two in the SEC, they won the SEC East. The SEC East was bad. Okay, let's be honest. It was bad those 2 years, but they made it. So, Mizzou basketball has been really bad lately, though, so that's where we're struggling. It was an anomaly or some type of recruitment bonuses, something. I'm not going to say anything. Something was off. There was no way that these top tier athletes were like, dude, we're all going to Lawrence, Kansas, dude. It's going to be great. Lawrence, Kansas, for real. No, they're going to go to like Texas or Miami and Florida State, Florida, USC. You know, they're going to go to the coast. I can't believe like Lawrence, Kansas was the poll. Maybe Mangino was just that good of a coach. Oh, you're a college b-ball fan. Well, that's a good school to go to. That's a good school to go to if you're a college b-ball fan. That's for sure. Okay, 30% downhill, guys. I'm going to hit this landing spot. Going to put this like right in the center for a great margin of error. And really, we're not going to put a whole lot. 3 backspin, 2.5 right side spin. It's going to push us so far. This says 8.7 rings. Wow, 8.7, spot on. Nah, maybe I should start using the wind app more often. That's like right in the heart of the fairway. Yeah, and Aqib Talib was great in the NFL. I don't think he still plays, does he? I mean, I think he just retired recently, or he's like on his way out. He's no longer like an elite defensive back. But he was a stud. He was a shutdown. He's really good. I don't know, that last shot, did you guys see how I barely put any right side spin on that? I put two, 3 bars, whatever. But I was like ball guideline on the left fringe, and I missed the cup to the right. That's how much the wind pushes you to the right on that left to right side wind. So, this guy clipped rough. He was also on a path that sent him way right. Okay, keep it going. I probably got like 15 more minutes in me. I got to do some cleanup around the house before bed, so we can get 2 more holes in 15. I'm going to shut her down around 11 o'clock my time. Okay, we're up first. Let's try the green. You going to do that to me, game? The headwind. Yeah, we should still be able to make it over with this little wind. But we want to use a little bit of left side spin. It's not going to hurt us. Great left. Easily over. Okay, now this next shot. I'm not a fan of this approach shot. I don't know how we'll do it. We'll find out. With this kind of wind, you're 98% going to a shootout. Not factual numbers. Not factual. That's just my feel. Of course, my opponent using the Kingmaker. I feel like I'm always up against a Kingmaker with my Titan. Okay. Crazy amount of headwind, crosswind, right to left. So that makes the rough bump a little tricky. It also I'm running out of room here for the rough bump. So what we're going to do is max backspin the cat. And we're just going to land her up there. And let it fall back down to the cup. And go to shootout. Assuming my opponent doesn't hit a B52 rough bump amazing shot. I'm just thinking this guy has a B52. Nope, Goliath. He's going rough bump. If I was using my wind for that shot, I might have tried, but I think I was in between clubs, so I'm not overpowering my approach shot here. I'm not trying to get into trouble. I'm trying to get to shootouts to show you guys what I'm thinking in my head on my shootouts.
I love that rug.
Yeah, how's it look?
It's cute.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I do. Hopefully it's flattened out so that we can put that furniture back on.
The boys have nowhere to sit.
There's tons of couch all around.
They sit on me.
You're not mad about it. All right, shootout. All right, what do we got here? Ooh. Haven't had this one yet. Excellent. Oh, 50% downhill. I'm going to use our driver. Ooh, nice. This is 50% down here. We want to land right here. Max backspin. A little bit of right side spin. Okay. 9.0 at like medium distance is like 8.4 rings. I might see how that gets me. Uh-oh. So not enough. So even 50%, 8.4 rings. Was that a 9.0 win? Yeah, okay. It wasn't enough. And I usually go a lot more than that, like off feel, but I want to test the numbers. So, like, do I need to do max numbers? I mean, I wasn't pulled to max. So it's more than 50%, I'm guessing. I mean, is that 60% downhill? I might have to check my numbers. I'd love that. That's a great That's great. So 60% mid would be like 9.0 rings. Even then, I mean, shoot. I mean, what is that? Let me see this. This guy had a nice shot anyway. So. All right, we're going to keep tweaking that. Okay. This hole's boring. Too much. Yeah, so we're in the rough. Even if you lay in the fairway on this one, there's that hill right in front of the green that you just bounce off of, and I can't get any consistency off it. So that's a hard approach shot regardless. I usually lay up in between the two bunkers, to be honest with you, and then just hit a Goliath or a Cataclysm in. Okay. A little much. A little off as well. Ah, nice job, Bloodbath. Nice last tournament. I choked away my 4th place on hole 8 and hole 9. But I wouldn't have got a pretty banner like that. Still a top 10, but woulda, coulda, shoulda. All right. Last shootout, y'all. Here we go. 20%. Dylan says he uses 30. I'm going to try the 20 again and see how I land. If I don't like it, I'm going to use 30 next time, Dylan. 30 with min. Or 30 with mid. The thing with about 30 with mid is... Well, yeah. I guess mid would probably be about right. I used like max numbers last time, just about. Ooh, this would be a good shot. Is he going to keep rolling? Oh, man, that stinks. I thought it was going to roll out. Okay, I got to beat 6.0000000 yards. Okay. 9.2. All right, Dylan. Here we go. I'm actually going to use 30%. 9.2. This is 7.9 rings mid distance. 7.9. Okay, 7.9. Oh, no, the great ball. Ooh, the great ball helped. Ooh, Dylan. I know I put a little side spins to the left there, but if I didn't hit... Let me watch that. Hold on. Because I'm ended on it. Did I great write that? Ooh. I bet I clip rough if I would have hit that normally. So maybe I don't put any left side spin and 30% still kind of works there, or maybe my aim was further back than where you usually land, Dylan. I don't know, man. I'll play with it. Right now, if I do a guide, I'm going to try 20. I'm going to try 20% mid, maybe. Hold on. I figured it out. I had my wind arrow pointed in the wrong direction on my app. So I'm incorrect. Let me cancel this out. No, Dylan, man, I'm wrong. Let me. This is what I put in. I put the wind arrow on. 9.2. 30% downhill is 6.2. I went 7.9. So really, it was 6.9 because I had a great, and it should have been 6.2. Yeah. So no result there. Throw that one away. My numbers I said on stream are wrong. I really should have tried 6.2 mid distance, 30% downhill. Yeah. So Dylan, I'm actually finding that the wind arrow, although may be accurate, when you pull up and back, the numbers change. You know what I'm saying? So if I wanted, if I did straight headwind or tailwind, it messes things up, dude. I'm telling you, I've been doing this on tournaments. I'm not using the arrow anymore. So it's basically caddy. This is like caddy. So we're going to try that again. But you're right. I mean, 30% might be right. Okay, well, thanks for the tip. I appreciate it. So you're saying using notebook, you don't use both arrow and elevation. Basically, arrow. I think you're right, man. If you use the elevation and arrow, it jacks things up. Caddy's better because you can keep all your clubs in one bag. Katie, you can have one bag with this app and switch like this. So I just have one bag, and then if I'm teeing off the next hole in a tournament with, instead of using Apocalypse, and I want to use, I've got everything entered in, all my clubs, all these values would be whatever I have it on. I just say, oh, quarterback this time. I don't actually have to go to another bag. Yeah. If you're not using. Well, so I have an issue with Notebook recently that I've found. Like, if you're using the arrow, how the heck does that account for elevation? Because you could have one that's 20, one that's 50, and it. Oh, if you want to press the buttons, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I usually just have my phone down on the ground, and I can do that real quick. So if I'm using, this is my usual loadout. Now, these are all the wrong numbers, obviously. But that. So if I'm using this bag here, you know, and then the next hole is a quarterback sniper, I'll just be like, boom, boom, and then just I've got the numbers there. It's like a couple taps, but I don't have to actually go back and be like bag 1, bag 2, bag 3, bag 4. I just mess with it here. So I figure it's kind of easy because you can actually, I think you can do the same thing, but if you go to bag setup, you can actually duplicate. You can duplicate from another one. It's pretty cool. I don't know. It's fun. Used to love moving the wind arrow, but it's so fickle. Like, not on these clubs or whatever, but I found that the margin for error is much greater. I definitely prefer using Notebook without the wind arrow, using the elevations. So turning the app into Caddy. Yeah, so that's the problem, Katie, is that the elevation is the elevation, and then if you start using the arrow, now you've got to guess how much to change it. The arrow becomes pointless. I know that there are people out there that made this app and that do stream and that use it pretty religiously. And in fact, I mean, I've watched many videos, and for instance, Zach. Notebook without wind arrow is exact same. Yeah, and that's what I'm finding, and I like it. It's just that I'm so used to using the Notebook app that's what I use. So, I'm so used to it, actually. I'm used to it because I think I love the slider bar, which I guess I'm really not 100% sure how that works. But I dig it. I'm used to it, so it's whatever you like. But I'm using Notebook exactly like Caddy. Yeah, exactly, Katie. Yeah, 100% agree with you. So personal preference at this point, because I started using Notebook app out of the gate basically over Caddy. Yeah, yeah, I see that. So I think that's here, right? It's this. Yeah, it is same thing. Yeah, it doesn't go. It goes in fives, which is probably better because I can never get the dang. If I like, oh, I'm at 55. I like, you let go of your finger and it changes the. You can never get it to stop exactly where you want. Not that you have to get that accurate or anything, but yeah. So to each their own, and you get the same job done. This is just what I use when I play my tournaments, and what I was using tonight. This is what I was using tonight with this arrow off for all my comments, just so you guys know. And that's what I'm going to base my guide on. So basically, I'm using Notebook as Caddy is what I'm getting at. Yeah. No, I hear you. Yeah, I when I first started, I downloaded Caddy, used it for a few weeks, and then got the Notebook and liked that a little bit better. And now I'm kind of stuck on it. So anyway, well, that's I'm gonna wrap it up. So a couple hours almost on here, but I hope that those who watch or those who watch tonight, hopefully I explained something that you didn't know before. But anyway, if you guys have any questions as I'm going along, like what I'm doing on each shot, seriously, just type in chat or shoot me a message. Or I know these holes really well because I play here all the time, so I can try to share any of my tips or tricks that I know, or I hopefully I want to try to help as many people as I can, especially my clan members or anybody else who wants to come in here and hang out. So you guys can always shoot me a message if you have any issues on any holes. I've got about 20 plus hours now of Tour 11 grind time on here that you guys can look. I'm not always talking about the shots I'm hitting or the spins I'm using, but if you have any questions on why I did something or how I'm playing the hole, or you're struggling on a hole that you're not understanding, I can try to help the best I can. So thanks, Katie. I appreciate it. Thanks for saying great stream. And Dylan, thanks. I appreciate the Mizzou KU rivalry chat. So everybody else out there, thanks for coming in tonight. I appreciate it. We'll be back. We'll be back later this week. We got a new tournament coming. Coastal Classic or something with some Portello Cove and Oasis holes. So get excited. We'll be doing that in about a week. Can't wait to get back out on the tournament grind. We ended up, if you guys were wondering, I know that I finished 15th on my main, and I finished 28th with a disconnect. I disconnected on hole 5. So I would have had a 28 as well, which I think would have put me very close to at least in the top 20. But so we had a decent tournament week last week. So we're looking to build off that and get right into the next week and kill it. So tune back in for those. But we'll see you guys later. Thanks again. Thanks, Dylan. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was a bummer. 8 and 9 would have given me 30, and it would have put me 4th place with my tiebreak. And then that disconnect. Yeah, that disconnect killed me. But, night, guys. We'll see you.